Next on TCM, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And later the outlaw Josie Wales. There's a bounty on TCM tonight.
Good evening, I'm Alicia Malone, and I'm so glad you're joining me for more in TCM Spotlight, the defining frontier, the American character in Westerns. All month, Ben Mankiewicz and I have been taking you through the history of the American Western, not chronologically, but based on how its themes reflected American history and culture, and tonight we're examining the late 1960s and 70s. This was a time of great change in America, and the Western changed along with it, reflecting the disillusionment many Americans were feeling at the time. Our first film is very much about changing times. From 1969, it's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, directed by George Roy Hill. This is a great example of a revisionist Western, meaning that it took the tried and true conventions of the genre and twisted them, creating morally complex characters rather than archetypes and featuring a less romanticized view of the Old West. Here, the two main characters are trying to hold on to the outlaw spirit in a world that was quickly moving toward industrialization and modern capitalism. This is also a great example of a buddy movie. William Goldman wrote the screenplay loosely basing his story on the two real accomplice outlaws of the title, with Paul Newman and Robert Redford cast to play them. Newman and Redford became fast friends, with Redford saying they had a common ground of humor and values offset that could be worked into the work on set. These two had so much fun while filming that Redford said he felt guilty getting paid, and Newman later commented that the making of this movie was even more valuable to him than the film's lasting impact. From 1969, also with Catherine Ross, enjoy Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Screenwriter William Goldman called the ending of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid the best ending I've ever been involved with. He also talked about the famous cliff scene as one that, quote, turned out to be the most important scene of my life. I can argue that everything good that has come out of my relationship with Hollywood was because of that scene. While writing, Goldman was interested in the idea of stupid courage, inspired by watching old Hollywood films like Gunga Din. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid was made as the studio system of old Hollywood was falling apart, and directors such as George Roy Hill were experimenting, using a fresh visual style, inventive music like Burt Bacharach and Hal David's Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, violence that shocked audiences, and themes that reflected the anti-establishment views of America's youth. Speaking of pushing the boundaries of the genre, up next in TCM Spotlight on Westerns and the American character, we'll see Clint Eastwood in a landmark spaghetti western directed by Sergio Leone in 1966.
Next on TCM, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Then the outlaw Josie Wales. And later, McCabe and Mrs. Miller. TCM's got a pair of aces tonight.